well and just say, and just along lines, it's a pleasure to meet you too.
Yeah, it's fine meeting you. You've been looking after my brother. I like that. Any friend of my brother's is a friend of mine.
With
Well, I'm
my
sure friends then.
Yeah.
with my passive insight of 17, would I notice like a slight moment between them?
No, this the overall excitement of this is just kind of overwhelming. Is the point you've never seen a turtle outside,
Yeah.
so this is pretty cool. So this is Sir Janice de Grande. What about all these other fine people?
Well, the skinny boy I've introduced to you already. This fine glowing lady here, this is Daphne. She is an
Daphne.
Asimar. She has came truly from the heavens above to grace us with her light.
You still
Uh,
follow all that shit about all the divine magics and all that. I thought you'd grown out of that.
well, you spent the time in the gym, I spent time in the service of our great creator.
Yeah, and look
Uh,
what it got me, beating you in the arm and a handshake. How
well,
you do? As
how you
the
doing?
Yeah, as the turtle comes over to you, Daphne, and goes, "It's a total honor to meet you. Sorry if I offended you with any of that divinity shit." And takes your hand and much obliged.
Not easily offended, it's fine.
Well, he seems you're a lot stronger than my brother is anyway, so I'm assuming that you'll be
I
keeping
feel
him
like
off.
it's the Hulk thing where he's like
Yeah,
shaking
yeah,
hands.
yeah. You
This
certainly,
gigantic turtle hand just
You
encompasses your
god.
little hand.
well, to put reference to it, he is half a foot bigger than what Ralph is at this point.
Hmm.
So
Can we tell if one is older than the other?
yes, Ralph is definitely the younger of the two.
This is
We
D&D
Right,
Big
our
okay.
Brother
skins
energy, to
darken
be
as we
fair.
get older.
Yeah.
I mean, he also referred to me as his little brother, so that would maybe give you some kind of indication.
But
Though I'm
yeah,
sure
But
you
that
can't.
could be little
however,
brother as in
Ralph is
height wise.
yeah. However, Leah's not wrong. As they get older, the skin starts to leather up a little bit and starts to become darker. So as he says, the darker the skin, is usually the more aged the turtle is. You got a mighty fine collection of friends.
There's three left. The ranger over there, that is Ronan. I refer to the group as companions. The gentleman over there with the bow, that is Ronan. He has recently been on a long-term excursion underneath the Arnold Ocean.
I know Goshen. That's a mighty dangerous place. How did you find your way out down there, I wonder?
That's a story
That
we'll
would be
maybe have
my
a drink.
fault. I went diving down.
Well, we all get curious from times. How you doing, Ronan? He sticks his big turtle claw out to you.
I'll meet him and just shake his hand and sort of try and match his grip.
Yeah, it's a strong, strong grip.
Yeah.
You start to wince at that actually. Oh, Jesus. So,
Oh,
like I
that's
say,
a
any
grip
friend
you
of my
have left.
brothers, yeah, any friend of my brothers is a friend of mine.
This is Nala. She is a monk of some kind. I do not think she follows a spiritual path. I think she is perhaps more in tune with the elements. I'm not really clear. She punches the
Yes.
shit out of Janice sometimes. That was pretty funny.
Well, it
Well,
wasn't on purpose. You see, there was
uh,
this monkey and it kept moving.
I
Wasn't my
totally,
fault.
I totally understand. When it comes to it, violence is usually the answer. Much obliged. He puts his hand out and shakes your hand as well.
And
Give
finally,
me a
that's Melvin.
strong shake, and that probably breaks something.
Yeah, he looks over and goes, Melgrim, who's this Melgrim you speak of?
Melgrim is he is a valuable member of that group.
A viable member. Oh,
However, he has your same opinion on the magical arts as yourself. He believes them to be a taint upon society. But he's not all bad. He
well,
saved my life several times, regardless of whether he admits it or not.
well, you saved my brother's life. He kind of goes down on one knee to meet your gaze, mate, as he pulls your hand out. I've always had an affinity with the dwarves. I know a few in my time, and they have always been kind to me. Much obliged. And he puts his hand out to shake.
Ooh. You said you're not a fan of magic then, did he?
No, I didn't say I was a fan of magic. I'm more of a different opinion when it comes to divinity magic. I mean, if
Can
my
we
line of
swap the
business.
turtles?
Yeah, look, that's the
I'll
thing. In
shake
my
his hand.
opinion,
Oh,
in my opinion, in my line of business, I try and keep things dead and try not to bring them back, so I have to kill them again.
I give him a hug.
Oh, okay. I appreciate the love. Bring it in, brother. He kind of goes and gives you a bigger
It's
hug.
been
and
so
says,
long since someone's agreed with me.
Just the floodgates open.
No,
His
no,
heart
no.
grows 3 sizes.
Well, it was good to meet you all. I'm so happy to meet my friends and my brothers. I'm sure he's told you all about me.
Everything, yes.
No,
Not
no,
really.
he's not told us anything.
Oh, really?
No, brother, I
He
don't.
tells stories around the campfires
Mhm.
all the time.
I've talked about our lands, but I don't give out individual specifics about us that have been assigned on this mission because you never know who's listening.
Well,
And
I
also,
suppose.
Milgram has stated at length that he is perhaps not a fan of what we're doing, so I didn't want to give out all the details.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't tell you much about me, seeing as how I'm the stronger and better looking brother of the two. Well,
Actually, at this point, with the conversation, they just go, not to be rude to look at Gift in Gift in the face or anything like that. It's quite odd that we'd bump into another turtle of all places out here. What brings you around this way?
well, that is funny. If he's told you anything about me, then you'll probably know why I'm out here, actually. He might have told you of our plight within our islands. It's been quite a horrible case. And we're just doing my job and doing my duty to try and find out what exactly is going on and see if I can help any. But
Have
where
you
my
seen
manners?
the egg?
I have actually. This is why I came over to speak to the man, but unfortunately, you may have scared him off.
That was
As
And
this
you
is go-
certainly did. As you noticed, the egg is no longer there, and he's walked off. So it's you can't see him.
Oh,
Nevertheless, don't worry about that. I'm sure we'll catch up with him another time. Did you find any information off him, my brother?
The last I heard, the only people that trade in such eggs as that we're looking for is a casino boat, which is called the name of
Passion
the boat.
Eternal.
The Passion Eternal. It's got its name is in a different language, but it translates to Passion Eternal. It travels between the islands.
The Passion
I think-
Eternal.
I think that's where we need to head. Have you heard anything yourself? Do you have any leads?
Oh, I've been out a lot. I've been out for a while, and I have heard passing conversations and trades about such a boat, but never really had any concrete evidence to maybe try and get there. You sure this is where the information is leading?
I cannot say with any particular certainty, but the only lead I have is this, and it's apparently a lot of dealers find it distasteful to eat intelligent junk. So it is, from what I understand, these are the only people willing to do this. It is going to be really creepy rich fuckers that I'm not going to feel too bad about killing. So
Well, I've always
Describe it
been.
with Tories.
As this
I've
is
always been good.
so Janice, yes, your hand is up.
Yeah. As this is going on, can I insight check on your brother?
No, you can't.
Yes, of course. You can certainly insight check on the brother. You don't even know his name yet, surprising enough. He's not been mentioned.
yeah.
What's your
no,
name there?
I rolled a 19.
Oh,
I will send you a message, my friend.
I appreciate that.
messages.
Whispers.
Ooh.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Hate whispers. I think it's the worst chocolate.
Whisper's fantastic.
Oh,
How dare
I
you?
like
I like
whispers.
them.
They're brilliant.
I feel like I've picked a very appropriate name for David right now for what he's doing.
Right.
If anyone's bothered to read their names, not all of them are correct.
Sir Sure-Jan.
Could be
I love it, Scott.
Sir
Like
Sure
it's
Jan.
Ralph from
I like Necrobiatch more than
You want to name it. That's your future you that talks to you through the idol's name now.
Necrobiatch.
Shrillness, actually, yeah. 'cause-
Oh, as you do the insight check on him, it's a case of, well, I should probably trust your judgment more than anything, my brother, because you were always good at this kind of investigation stuff. Trying to find out stuff was not exactly my forte.
I ask, what is the name you're using when you're traveling the lands? I just refer to myself as Ralph because humans don't like to
Man,
say my full name.
every time I try and tell him my full name, and I trail telling my full name, I always have to try and shorten it. It's not exactly the best when it comes to it. Well, my manners. I should have introduced myself, as my good mama and dada taught me to do all those years ago. Hi, my name is Cronobo Falada Granola Michaela, or you may know me as Michael.
Granola.
Nola.
No, it's granola. You gotta say it with some kind of.
Yes, granola.
Are you high in fiber?
Low in fat. High in fiber, low in fat, my brother.
Yeah, Ralph casts inflict wounds at level 3 on Gaz.
From the name, you notice the only really name that's close to anywhere near what Ralph says is the Falota name, which happens to be the family name on the mother's side.
So I can't call him Granola?
No, it's well, you can call me Michael, if anything.
Okay.
Michael. See, got that
Michael.
hyphen in the middle. So.
Well, I was going
met...
as. You can call me Michael. I was going as Mikkel as well for a while, but it didn't really matter. I mean, no one ever gets the name. No one ever gets the name. It looks straight to you, Ralph.
No,
It's not exactly hard to pronounce. I mean, learn Aquan.
Yeah, yes, because Aquan is a bizarre language. I can't decide whether it's like or just like.
Demeans your turtle sounds, so it is just.
Yeah, no, that's more even.
That's true.
Yeah, that's more birds
So,
like.
Anyway.
you said you're a friend of the dwarfs. Which dwarfs have you met?
Oh, many in my travels. I was over in the Empire not that long ago. It was an interesting visit. I had a lot of strange looks. I got a lot of strange drinks as well in my time, but I seemed to be friendly enough. A little bit happier. Wasn't exactly happy about they were trying to put this damn collar on me, but I wasn't too happy about that. But you know, needs must. And traditions are always strange, Ralph.
Did you accept the collar, or did you talk them out of it, or what did you
Hell
do?
no. Hell no, I got no magic in my body. Why the hell would I have a collar? They would just seen me, seen a turtle, and thought, well, he must be magic.
How long have you been in Akus for?
Oh, I've only just really arrived about a week ago, and I've been trying to follow up on information. Just to try and find more about these eggs, and as you say, this ship, the Passion Eternal, seems to be passing in the night. It's trying to find out where the hell it berths or where it docks, but apparently it doesn't do as such.
Yeah, you kind of have to go there. Apparently.
Yeah, it seems like an exclusive club, something that me and my brother won't actually ever be invited to. It's one of those things.
Well, luckily enough for you, you travel with the greatest bard in the world. I've actually performed on that ship before, so if I can ever get anyone back in, you'll be the first to know.
Really? You been on the Passion Eternal?
I said that, didn't I?
Man, no offense or anything, my friend. I just figured you weren't the type to be going on such a ship. It is, from what I've heard anyway, is...
Oh, no offense. Hey, brother
Can
of my
I-
friend. Me?
I'm not sure about rolling insights on players, but can I roll an insight on Sir Janus if he actually has played on the Passion Eternal?
Yeah, you can certainly do it if you want to...
Don't we already know he has?
David, Well, he said he has. David, however, if you want to go ahead and roll either deception or anything like that, you certainly can.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight.
Okay,
That's
you
a
roll your
natural
insight.
one, so Gaz can bullshit.
Yeah, you have no
Hard to
reason to
tell.
You'll
not
take
believe
my
him.
word for everything I
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, he now
No.
wants
You
your
will
pants.
believe me.
You've been on the Passion Eternal. That's so cool.
I've never heard of a Passion Eternal before.
It's as far as I'm aware, it's not the nicest of places. It's kind of a dangerous place as well. Not physically, more
Emotionally?
kind of more own favor types.
From what I understand,
Monetary.
if we have came into some money recently, and I'm pretty sure if we flash a bit of gold, then we could perhaps buy our way on there, or perhaps we could dress ourselves as his entourage, or
I don't really
perhaps
know.
split into two.
I've seen people like get on boats from flotsam to get to the Passion Eternal, and they don't really like have a certain like fashion to them. I mean, they're all well dressed and stuff, but it's more about like status, I think.
The
Say
flat,
perhaps if we
the flats of miles you're talking about.
Yeah, that's where I'm
Somewhere
from.
I was actually going to try and visit it as well, but I never got around to it.
Take me with you. I go
Oh, yeah, okay, that's quite enough there, my little buddy. You pat on the top of your head. Please tell me you do that exact laugh.
Yeah, guys, we can return you to the Flossom Islands anytime now. We have means, and there's an island. There'll be ships going back there if you really wish to
Yeah,
go.
the sooner the better.
Well, what is
I want to
you
help
said you
first.
came into money. You came into money? I mean, you're talking about
Yeah,
1,000 gold. It's not exactly money to these people.
we have means available to us that we can dress ourselves in finery. We could, a couple of us could be the bar's entourage.
Or
A couple of us could dress ourselves as rich merchants, or we're exotic enough that
or
we can pass ourselves off.
That makes sense, yeah.
or me and your brother could go in and go, aye, we're some mercenaries, we're fed up with being poor, we can be your hard men and kill anybody you want.
I mean, that's also a plan. That's a three-pronged attack. This is
I-
caught so far.
I kind of have an idea.
Cabin boy.
No, you don't. Shut up,
Okay.
guys.
It's Melgrim, you should always let the lesser speak. Let's go and give us a word, my boy. Tell me what you were going to say.
Well, I don't know if you'll like this idea, but like I'm trying to think like what does the Passion Eternal want? And they apparently want turtles. So we could like show up with you two and say that like we're selling you, and then they probably let us come on.
Did you say turtles or gittles?
Turtles.
Mortal.
He said turtles.
He
So I was
said
like,
turtles.
I was like, it's not turtles they want. It's turtle eggs. It's they eat them. Even a living being that can speak is probably frowned upon. I
Yeah,
would
I think
assume.
the common word for it is cannibalism.
Well, if I had used cannibalism, but if a dwarf eats me, is that cannibalism? I'm not a dwarf.
Well, I don't
It's
know. I
not
don't
co-
know the intricacies of it, but you could always ask your divinity god or whatever.
What we'll say is that the mercenaries idea is good. The rich merchants wanting to spend money is good, and the entourage for the bar that seems to be a decent plan to get us on board.
Well,
First of all, we
hell,
need to find the ship.
that's probably a good idea. You need to find where the ship is, if it even exists, and even then, you have to try and find out where you're going or how you're getting there.
So we need to find a
Unfortunately,
ship.
Unfortunately, I've been here for a week, and I'm gonna be probably here for a little while longer because, for some reason, all the ships coming in and out have just completely stopped.
Would I have
Yeah.
heard Owl talk about such a place that their father would go to, or father's friends or higher up in him?
Avrils?
Yeah.
Not really. It
No.
was not something you would have lightly overheard, and it probably would have been so far in the past and passing, it wouldn't
Mm.
probably ring you. It wouldn't probably ring a
Fair
bell. And
enough.
yeah, so it's good. It was good thought though, because like I say, he is a noble, and there's a good chance he probably knows himself.
What
But
if we crafted some eggs to look like they were real and took them with us to the ship and we're like, look, we have eggs. Can we come
It's not a
aboard?
bad idea.
no,
We'd have to get them to look really, really like similar. Otherwise, especially if they're trading them, they're gonna know what they look
Well,
like.
we do have two beings who know what these days look like.
I think Sally's froze.
I'm sorry.
he's
No, she
Oh,
hasn't.
no, she was just thinking in a very still pose. You were sitting there like,
Should we perhaps get a seat and go and get something to eat? We're just standing here on the street.
Yes, please. I'm starving.
Ronan, is there anyone you want to visit on this island, or are you trying to keep a low profile?
Well, I am trying to keep a low profile, but
Oh,
I know
what's
you're
that,
big-
Muzz? Why are you
When
keeping a
we
low
go to your
profile, my boy?
mum's?
It's a very fine, it's a mighty friendly place over in this little island of Akus.
Yeah, we can talk about it once we get to his home and we can get out on the
Yeah.
street.
Yes, we're going to his parents' house, aren't we?
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, if you're gonna do that, you just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna try and find if I can find out a goddamn egg and see if I can maybe talk a little bit more to that salesman. See what I can do. I'll
I
catch
want
up
to-
with you. I'll tell you if you ever heard the bar, the Rubber Duck. Ronan, you will know this bar called the Rubber Duck.
I want to go to the Red Duck.
Oh, I know where the robot is.
That's well, of course, if you're
Mhm.
from here, you probably know it. It's a nice little cafe kind of bar place. I can meet you there in maybe high noon.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Well, I said, visit Ronan's mother, and then we'll return here in a few hours. It's been real good to see you, Michael.
My brother, it is always good to see you, Ralph. And he comes in and actually gives you a big hug. A little bit stronger more than anything. He's no idea how much I missed you.
I'm going to cringe to hear two shells climb together. Oh,
Anyway, none of
Yeah, I
this
mean,
sissy
I
shit.
can-
No more of this sissy stuff. I'll go and find out what I can find, and then we can go and meet back up at the Rubber Duck. I'll
Okay.
catch you later, mate. He says something Aqua, and obviously you will know it's a formal leaving sentence.
Yeah.
It's a formal leaving phrase. So
Can I take note of what that phrase is? Or
yeah, you certainly can.
okay, I'll just do it.
Lee, would you mind
I'm not
speaking these
repeating
words?
it.
Yeah, it's Olaka Hatuna. And it's got 5 Y's in it.
For the rest of your life.
Kind of now. I like a watuna. Yeah.
Hakuna
I like a watuna.
Matata.
I already forgot what I said.
Hakuna
It's just the
Matata.
tuna
oh,
is-
what a wonderful phrase.
Hey, no.
And now we're getting sued.
No, so halaka atuna.
Fair
So,
usage. It's
yes,
fine.
yes, halaka atuna. Yes, that will be the phrase of leaving, and it always and it's
Yes,
a phrase
fuck
that will
yourself.
no, and the Aquin actually means remember your home is always at your back, which just
Yeah.
means you've always got your shell there.
Carry your home with you.
When all else, yeah, when all else
Oh.
fails, you have your shell. So it's
Yeah.
okay. It's basically you always have your home at your back. So,
Have a shell of a time.
and you can certainly ask Ralph what that means if you wish. I'm sure Ralph will tell you some other shit.
Ralph
He's
is
broken poorly on.
I really like that. Have a shell of a time.
Have a shell of a time. Yes,
but-
What happened to Ninja Turtles?
I'm
Well,
just
what the
terrified
shell?
at the time we meet the blue-shelled turtle.
Shoe shelled.
Heroes in a half shell, eh?
Oh,
Mortal
no.
power!
Right.
indeed.
I'm really
As
hoping
we're-
the villain is Shredder.
Yes.
Make
It's
a
just
note.
gonna be a
As we
monk with
walk-
fucking 2 claws. You found me.
I mean, I'm into it. That is genius.
I'm
Malcolm,
actually
you-
Shredder.
You find that
Okay,
it's
so-
pronounced Dar.
Yeah. Shred.
As we walk towards Ronan's house, can I get more information from Ralph about what the eggs look like? Like, how big are they? Are they like ostrich eggs? Are they
Aye, so
like
what
chicken
they
eggs?
so what they are quite big. I mean, trying to think of an egg that would maybe
Ostrich.
they're bigger than they're bigger than ostrich eggs. They are
So
quite big.
kind of like
They are
this.
aye, they're almost maybe close
Like the big
Maybe
giant
leg
Easter
to
height.
a
eggs you
foot
can
or a
get.
half a foot egg. Yeah, like your big chocolate eggs that you get in various supermarkets at Easter. Really, really the biggest ones you can think of, and they are just as wide. They do not come out slow, and when you see the size of the turtles, and especially when you eye up Ralph as the size of a turtle, those poor fucking women is really, really they're really, really big. Like to say, when they lay them, they're usually, if Ralph wishes to divulge more on it, they are usually incubated in some of the rock pools within the sapphire pools. Simply
Geothermal
just
vents keep
because,
the
yeah,
pools warm.
it's basically the one of the few
That's
places
why they're so
that
important to us.
yeah, it's why it's why they're so important. Why the spawning pools are important. It's why the eggs are important as well because they are very rarely get females. So females, there's a lot less females than there is males. So with that, aye, that was a feedback there. Don't worry.
I know.
So with that kind of thing, it's important to get the eggs back because it could spell the end of disaster, especially in the spawning phase when
It's a
there's maybe
massive
one.
hit to our
Yeah,
population.
there is
We will
one
not
to
recover.
yeah, it's 1 to every 7 eggs are usually female, and there's there's less and less females to go about for such things now as well. So
They are cherished and
Okay.
well looked after.
So-
They rise to positions of power within our society because we need them more than they need us.
So while we are
Matriarchy.
yeah,
and I sort of use my woodworking skills to carve out eggs similar sized and then try like maybe
it would
3.
it would take a big bit of wood to find because, like I say, you're talking. If you can, I'm gonna have to lean back on this. You're talking really, really big, really, really wide. So for that purpose, it could be possible if you get the right equipment and as well as the right materials. Certainly, but it's not something you would have a lot of on hand right now to be able to do just like that. Now,
The
if you would
shells
spend
have
some
a
time shopping, you might come across some stuff.
the shells themselves have a certain leather-like quality around them. So if you perhaps carved some facsimiles of the egg, we could perhaps coat them or something, and then
We
perhaps.
coat them in the leaves of the Iron Ocean.
Well, I mean, there's the leather's available to us, and we can perhaps soak the leather in something. It's something we can work on, but we perhaps need to speak to some
Well,
craftsmen and see what we can do.
I could always use my alchemical supplies and do some like color works and dye some parts of it. That would work,
I mean,
right?
you guys have got some good ideas. I mean, I have no problem with trying to do this. If you want to try and sell them the eggs, however, yeah, I don't know how it would look if a turtle turned up trying to sell his eggs. That's like a mother trying to sell his children. But I certainly think
Yes,
as
true.
a
To
pronged
be
attack.
fair
And
to
we
these
try and make you look like a junkie.
to be these rich guys, they probably are used to people doing worse.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing. I'm just saying that if I like, we have got several ideas, and I like the idea of us being a separate party when we go in, and that would make you definitely not part of my party because you're trying to sell my children, which I think is a good
So-
idea.
What if we used you as a prisoner? Then we've got your children.
Oh,
I mean,
I like
yeah.
the idea.
I mean, I'd
Ronan.
say step one is find the boat.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, you need to find the boat, as you say.
I mean, that's
Ronan,
Yeah,
Just
true.
make the eggs first to make it look realistic.
just
Yeah,
wave
we've
the
gotta do
egg and
that
hope
first.
that the boat turns up. I mean,
maybe
Here's the
Ronan.
turtle leg.
Ronan, as you're walking and leading them towards your mother's home, you start getting closer and closer, and you see a sign on one of the kind of notice boards as you're walking past. It's coming up for sale, the Excalibur. Now you know this name. You know this name. It just says for sale, the Excalibur, 20,000 gold. You know this name. You know what it is. And it's quite unfortunate.